Alright, hello, and welcome back. Hello there, Knight, how's it going? Alright, let's see. I had to reload a previous save because I forgot to, there's one more thing I could have done. Actually, there might be a couple other things I can do that I remembered. Before starting the next day, I forgot to read the rest of the ledger. So let's start with that. Let's see, it says, slide open the hidden drawer. Is there anything new with this? No. Oh, wait. Your hand shakes. You are flushed with adrenaline. That the drawer where I got the ticket and the chewing gum wrapper. Let's see. Browse the case files again. Okay, that was the. Okay, just read case. What's the yellow papers? In the back, you see thin translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Logic. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out according to the type of form. What types of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. Conceptualization. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Misconduct fine. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and a time for a person to appear at a specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. Cite. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute. Field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Physical instrument. Color of the irises. Predation marks. Condition of sexual organs. Enough about these. Close the form. Yes, all that remains now is to fill these forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. Let's see, the rest of the... Oh yeah, here's a read a case file. Okay, I did that one already. We got the unsolvable case. Hello there, Neon. How's it going? Let's see. AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It can be passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29th, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I don't know how long the rest of this is going to take. Because the last portion of the game after you do a certain thing is about 3 hours, so I wonder if I should just... If this goes by fast enough, I might just do a long stream and finish it tonight, but I don't know how long this is all going to take. So who knows? Maybe I'll break it up into 2 streams. Electrochemistry. You were so drunk, you didn't even remember what it was that you signed on. That or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It's in their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man. And you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to passers-by, and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors, would be for them to stop drinking alcohol. Which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression. Couldn't we just keep them off the streets? You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals and breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition. Because that's where the action is. Proceed. Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get a local gang of, how do you say that again? Zemlakis, to take them out. The Zemlakis gave them ethanol so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints won't stop. As they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH, had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing? Property damage, public indecency. Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things. And the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day. When Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have had it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on a potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but were unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who at this point is tending to Burke. Half-Light, kill them. They broke it. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The preamble's compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke, who knows. But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop, and the unsolvable case is solved. which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another? The Square Bullet Hole Murders. It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting here for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape. But that's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet, and then another body shows up, also with a square hole in his forehead. Electrochemistry. Toxicology showed the entry wound was laced with an incredibly potent psychoactive substance called HUV4-nil. No street name. A sequence killer? Who knows? Those pages are missing. What's next? Inland Empire. Don't worry. One day, you will still catch the man with the square gun. The couch in an unexpected location. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway, you know. At an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought that they looked cool on it. They already looked like assholes. They looked really cool, like models. They looked really cool, like a rock band. Yes, and you've said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it is. They were leaving it all out, these unexpected and whimsical locations. They looked to it. They took to it, where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you, case solved. Did I ever catch these guys? No. You didn't have the time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next? A murder at the hookah parlor. Murder. Dun dun dun. At the hookah parlor. Was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor. Wait, how? Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members, when him and his partner JM, only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor. Right, on with the murder. Joseph Mills was on the case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker. A real brain twister. Was on it for like a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brain, running every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Though, a tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had. Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop? No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd have been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That the murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about. Go on. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke a bubblegum flavored vapor all day. Can you get high off of it? No. It's soot and water vapor. It doesn't do anything. Really cool. Stupid. Yeah, so anyway, young man in his 20s, found with his skull busted open. Right on the floor of the hookah parlor. In the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters, no one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then, bam, he's dead on the floor, with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour? A girl at the counter did it? Nothing fits. Eerie. A man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor and you see cushions around the table. Table low, heavy, really sharp edge. He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table and died. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply. And you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom. He must have sucked a lot of it. And what was he doing there for 6 hours? Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe? Anyway, that was murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next. Okay, that was all of them. I might be able to go to the... oh, I know I can do it right here. The apartment thingy. And there's another NPC I forgot to talk to in there. I don't know if I can actually enter it right now, or if I have to go there later. But let's see. Oh yeah, there's this too. Oh yeah, well, I'm not an art cop, so this is 3% conceptualization. Why am I looking at this wall? This is the wall on the side of an apartment building. +2, Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. Let's see. Nothing. You have no clue. It's just a wall. Shivers. So many walls all over Martinez, weather-worn, cracked. Their paint peeling. If I was an art cop, you would paint a mural there. But I am not. Locked door. You hear someone walking around inside rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says number 10. Knock again.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room
Okay, this is the
Do
police
I
open
have
up.
to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Oh yeah,
I'm not obligated to
I
open
did this
the door
earlier, but
if
I
you
think
don't
I
have a
couldn't
warrant.
Let's go.
pass the skill check or something. A physical instrument. Knock again. Entering this door seems, a physical challenge.
A poor communard.
Oh no, I guess I can't. It doesn't let me. I don't know what I have to do to actually get this. Oh well, I just won't do that then. I think it was just like a little side story with like a real estate agent or something. Not very important. Okay, now I can go to bed.
Good night.
I already did this yesterday. Let me just skip through everything here. Oh yeah, I still have to pass the shave. Let's see, do this, this. No. There we go. I forget what I chose yesterday. Trying to, let's see. Wait, what happened to my face? Okay, there we go. There, that's the end of the fascist quest line. I now get a new little character portrait where Harry's more cleaned up. Okay, there. Now I can go into the... Oh wait, no I can't. I need to do a couple little side things now that the next day has started. I can talk to the public library. Oh wait, that doesn't start for... That's at 9 a.m. Okay, let's do...
What happened to you?
Oh, he's gonna ask... Let's see, we got, The lieutenant asks as he leans in, eyes mapping your frozen face. Suggestion. I better keep the lieutenant in the dark about the whole icebreaker thing. He's not gonna get it. What do you mean, Lieutenant? Oh, this? A point to your face. This is what I am now, Kim. What I was always meant to be. There's nothing more to talk about, only to endure. What do you mean?
Different. Constipated somehow?
It's constipated. Oh, this?
Yes. Your face. Looks like you're having a stroke. Can you even move it?
Physical instrument. That's a negative, Lieutenant. Absolutely. Lift the corners of your mouth with your index fingers. See? I don't need to move it. This is my final form. I'm fine, don't worry about it.
I just don't understand, officer. Please help me understand.
This is what I am now, Kim. What I always was meant to be.
And what is that? A walking mask?
I am Icebreaker. A noble sufferer. He who stares straight into the eclipse. He who withstands all temptation, The last Kingsman. I'm an icebreaker.
No, you are not. What you are is an RCM lieutenant conducting a murder investigation.
I plow my way towards the frigid lands of Katla and Vasa, smashing every ice sheet in my path.
No, but you see, you don't. You are not Tequila Sunset, and you are not an icebreaker. Stop, please.
The lieutenant explains patiently, but his voice is very tired. Nothing can stop the icebreaker. I'm sorry, Kim, I don't know what came over me. It was a powerful metaphor, Lieutenant, for my resolve.
Are you fucking insane? Don't answer that, and stop doing it. Let's go.
Damn, Kim hurt both of my health bars. Well, that's... He's the most powerful character in the game. Authority. The lieutenant's command instantly lets all the wind out of your sails. Like he overrode your mind or flicked some secret master switch. Savoir-faire. Suddenly, the whole icebreaker concept seems just lame. Volition. It's like he reconditioned your brain. That's... Oh, I had to talk to Plaisance, I think. About the curse. Let me in.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Oh, I think this Dick Mullen book fell apart before I got to the end. Do you have another copy?
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Some of these old paperbacks just don't have the durability. I would be happy to sell you another one, but unfortunately, it's the last copy we had in stock.
Half-Light. She calls that customer service. Plaisance, I have something to tell you. I found the actual source of doom.
What do you mean, the actual source? Are you talking about the third presence?
Inland Empire. She remembers. Good. Yes, the presence, the entity, the malicious energy. However you may want to call it. My investigation has led me to discover a 2mm entropinetic hole in reality. That's the source of the doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez.
She who has many names. I imagine things must be rather bleak for you to return to me. Tell me, what have you found? A what?
A what? Reaction speed. She wasn't expecting this. At least, not the word entropinetic. A tiny hole in reality. It may be connected with Pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why, historically, so many things have ended in failure here in Martinez.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
Half-Light. She's too afraid to even say the word. You can't protect it, not against Pale. Close up the shop and try to get as far away from this thing as possible. You can protect it with hope, by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past. By building a church, a place of worship around this thing. You'll have to find your own answer. I spent too long on this quest as it is. No, leave.
Close the shop? But it's all I have. No, there must be a way. Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
There we go. Alright, not a whole lot. Let's find the murder weapon, determine where the shot came from. Getting the hanged man's boots, can't do that. Look for Ruby. Dead body on the boardwalk, and I have to call them at the... I don't think they open till 9. Spirit is eternal. Hold... Oh, yeah, hold on. Okay, so yeah. Literally, this is the only task I can do right now. Hold on, I'll have to speed up time a little bit. Let me go to the bench. The worn and beaten wooden planks on the bench do not look very comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to. Pass the time when Lieutenant... Oh, he has to be gone. Whatever. Here, I can just read my ledger again, and that should pass the time a bit. Here, read a case file. Oh, it has to pass Okay, there, it's 9.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to the Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed.
Oh, it's
should
10.
try-
Anything
No,
else,
it's 10
Detective?
a.m. I thought it was 9. No, I gotta read the book again. It's the... Oh, actually, there is one other thing I can do if I can pass this skill check over here. I'm pretty sure I don't really need it, but it'll give me something to do to pass the time. This thing, the filing cabinet. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the
It's
drawers.
unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Esprit de corps. Let's see what's inside, he thinks. Open the drawer. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside, you see a well-organized selection of brown folders. Browse through the folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming to Revachol from the outside world, from Mundi, Grad, and even Illamar. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside of Revachol. Curon, Coal City in La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? Browse them. It's hard to make sense of any of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Volition, 97%. Force yourself to go through the folders. Whatever's hidden there is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. Look at the note. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note has been crumpled. Look to the lieutenant. Looks like... Look, Kim, it's a to-do note with a list of errands for Everard.
One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
Electrochemistry. What's so special about this borscht? Code for drugs, booze, blood? Take another look at the note. Oh, just nothing. Okay. I could probably go ask... I'll go ask Leo about it. Why not? I forget if this really leads to anything. Pretty sure we already knew that the... Because oh yeah. Because I'm on the fascist playthrough, I couldn't get him to do the... add vodka to the borscht. Okay, so I guess I do have to kind of do this.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo.
Keep
sure,
it shorter.
Mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Electrochemistry. Power borscht, huh? I never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dog fighters. Alcohol, however. What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up, who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
Composure. He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along. Leo, you just seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask about someone.
Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Tell me about this Edgar guy you keep mentioning.
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does. But a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
Don't interrupt Leo.
All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union. But last year he spent a whole winter in South Africa. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
Reaction speed. The trade must have been lucrative for the trip to be so long. Tell me about Manana.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Suggestion. Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times like these. Tell me about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
Musical instrument. That's precisely what he is, Everard's dragon. Tell me about the guy in the container.
Who do you mean, mister?
He's rubbing his nape and looking at you with childlike innocence. inland empire. You do realize he might be just a figment of your imagination, right? The fancy guy in the suit, in the container over there, point to it.
I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everett's fancy friends. He knows all kinds of fancy people with suits and purdy carriages.
Empathy. He really feels very uncomfortable discussing matters related to Everard with you. Tell me about Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Tell me about Everard.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
Tell me about Renee.
The night guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar fellow. He's the strong, silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee. They lived on the same street their entire lives, even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember. Strange fellows. Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
Hold up. Gaston was your human studies teacher.
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then. Sure, mister.
Alright, let's see. Or if Everard has anything else to say. Is that this is not a fishing rod, is it? It's...
Mr. Dubois, the word in Martinez is a certain police officer is once again happily reunited with his service weapon. Congratulations, my friend. I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with?
Look, my gun, show it to him. Okay, I might actually have to come back here after I've dealt with Ruby and all that. Let's see. Harbor... Yeah, I'll come back later. Let's go back to the whirling and talk about the brew. Let's see, Leo said that you're friends with Manana, is that true? The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. Empathy. They're friends. What is in that borscht that you're making there? Point to the large pot. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak. Yes, nod. No, shake your head. Sorry, I don't understand you.
Borscht need more vodka?
He picks up the bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself.
Logic. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. Yes, nod and turn your finger clockwise. Turn the vodka up. No vodka. Turn your fingers counterclockwise. Cut it. I'll leave the cooking to you. Shrug. I have business. Now turn the vodka. Let's see. Task the special borscht. Gain XP. Okay. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half of the bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. Gorsey, can I have some of that brew? He smiles and nods enthusiastically, and chattering away in his language. Ladles out some brew into a small thermal cup, then hands it to you. There. We got the brew. Unfortunately, because I am normally, if you're not playing the fascist, it gives you a permanent buff, but because I am, it's only a small temporary buff. Oh yeah, oh wait, no. I have to go to I have to call the library first.
This is Precinct 50.
Library.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
Yes, this is Central Jamrock. Oh, wait, oh, yeah. Male librarian answers the call. Empathy. He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call. I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Magine, a reader.
Billy Magine, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
He puts down the receiver. Shivers. On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on his desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Magin's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
Reaction speed. That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it? Do you have any other information on Billy Magine?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Magine? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar. Hearing. Maurice, what? A young woman yells, then... Yes, okay. If it was the police, she starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
So Billy Magine is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Empathy, and then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout. Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe me what the husband looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you. That's all from me. I have other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
The librarian hangs up the call and gets redirected back to the station with a soft click.
Anything else you need from me?
Nope.
57th, over and out.
Here, I'm about to give some very bad news. Here, I should... Wait, let me... Here, let's get, Let's get drunk before we gotta... give some bad news. Oh, weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Smell. Something smells good. Soup à lejeune? The lieutenant motions you to go ahead and knock. Inland Empire. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard. Volition. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Don't knock! Just leave! You don't need this! You don't need to sad it up!
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit. Hearing. You hear some light footsteps and what appears to be a daily weather forecast playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he's...
dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Empathy. Good advice. What if I don't want to do this? Kim...
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen, as soon as possible.
Kim, I don't want to do this. Let's turn around. Try to bail out. Let's see. All right. I think I'm ready. The lieutenant motions towards the door. Knock.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice calls out from the other side of the door. Hearing. And someone turns down the radio. I look at the lieutenant first. He gives you a short, encouraging nod. Is this Billy Méjean's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside. Hearing, tidying up nervously. Empathy. There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
She unlocks the door. Don't run, okay? Take it slow and explore the apartment. Be respectful. An empty pack of Red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. Some kind of brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. A window covered in old newspaper clippings. Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Some leftovers kept warm on the stove. Smells like buckwheat and onions here. A chalk drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. A textbook for high school mathematics, trigonometry mostly. A clock ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Its ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls.
It's you from the bookstand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
She smiles nervously before the smile vanishes from her face.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink?
She
Tea,
looks around the
lemonade?
kitchen.
We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them with his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. Empathy. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead? Thanks, but I'm all right. I'm not really here for that tea.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in the hospital? How bad is it?
Something changes in her expression. Pain threshold. It's like ripping off a bandage. It's the least painful way is to do it straight away without stalling. So, how have you been? I noticed that you were cooking something. You live here with Victor, your husband, right? Empathy, 72%. Tell her about the dead body. +4, Kim is here. +1, identified the leather jacket. +1, identified the library card. +1, discussed things through with Kim. +1, lieutenant's handkerchief. Success. Empathy. You've done this before. Just keep your focus. God, do I just say he's dead like that? Ma'am, I'm sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Majan, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
Pain threshold. A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins. Your husband, Victor Majan, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But he was just...
As she looks at the kitchen table, where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray. Empathy. But he was just here, alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. It's still early to say, but at first glance it seems like he slipped and hit his head. It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes. We don't know yet, but we'll let you know when the results arrive. Yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold.
She withdraws, trying to picture the scene.
How long had he been there?
Empathy. If you say 2 days, maybe, it will be etched into her mind forever. It's hard to say at this point. It couldn't have been long. 2 days, maybe. She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress. Reaction speed. The handkerchief. Here, take this. Give her the lieutenant's handkerchief. No words, just give her the lieutenant's handkerchief. Don't give her the lieutenant's handkerchief. It's too special. No, you can have it.
Yes, thank you.
She smiles a small, terrified smile, then wipes away her tears. She looks disoriented.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
The air is sucked out of her lungs suddenly. Pain threshold. It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
Empathy. No. A day. Yes, they should know. Do you want us to call them and ask them here? No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She nods, but with a wretched expression. Endurance. She can't take much more. Her stomach is churning. Soon she will have to go to the bathroom and scream.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath. Physical instrument. These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already she starts to shake. Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
The lieutenant nods at the woman, and then back at you, his voice lowered. Set the library card by her and leave the room.
You did well.
The lieutenant says as soon as you left the apartment, the balcony feels cool and quiet, with a stunning view over the district. Nod. What now? I could have done more. Great. The case is closed then.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it? What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
Volition. They have to. It's not your place to live their lives. That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Right. The case is closed then.
Let's go.
Alright, yep. And that's all of the tasks, and I can just continue the main story. And this will set in motion the end game. Hey, I need the flashlight. Where is it? A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Let's see, we got a polar anorak, +1 composure, under the polar lights, +1 shivers, a gift from La Revacholaire. Layers and layers of polyvinyl and artificial sheepskin make this coat ideal for traversing snowy plains on dog sledges. Somehow you knew it would be waiting for you underground, in a sunken pipe. And you found it. It's as if the city gifted it to you, to keep you safe. Wait, what does my thing do? I have the fauna thing. +1 pain threshold, +1 half-light, and -1 drama. Or 1 composure, 1 shivers. Yeah, I'll put this on. There, I'm all dressed for the cold here. Actually, what is it? Oh, no, excuse me, it's the communist hat, isn't it? Yeah, it's just the Mazovian thingy. Okay. Ruby the Instigator. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. Hearing. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Volition. And don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. Yell through the static, "You're under arrest." What's happening to me? Are you gonna kill me too? Help, Kim, help. My brain is on fire.
Really now? Check this out.
As she turns the dial in her hand. You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain. What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Logic. Blasted from that pale emitter Fat Angus mentioned. I saw your equations. It's a ULAN frequency. Fat Angus said that you had a pale emitter. You're using one of those devices used to send signals through the pale on me. Say nothing, try to cover your ears. Fat Angus
boy's
told me.
Really gotta learn to keep his trap shut.
I'm gonna rat
it's
out
not
Fat
a bloody
Angus.
pale emitter. It doesn't emit pale.
A bunch of numbers, bunch of numbers.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the Pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
Suggestion. She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose. How did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
As she nods towards the torture device.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Bzz, bunch of numbers. Let's see. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but, let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
A bunch of numbers.
Damn this.
The lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
As she steps reluctantly out of the shadows, the pain lessens. Sight. The gun she's carrying is a 2-barrel front loader, not like the murder weapon. Pain threshold. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Suggestion, just keep her talking and you'll get through this. How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Empathy. Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed. She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman. Preparing for the worst? You're desperate, aren't you? You don't need that.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Preparing for the worst?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
Inland Empire. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today. Did you shoot Laylee?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. Classia was the first to share her suspicions. It was your girlfriend, she cracked.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your first guess wasn't entirely off. Your own boys told us you were on the coast. Titus told me. It took some convincing.
My boys?
Yeah, the ones you poached from Titus and Titus himself. Ruby Boys, formerly the Hardy Boys. Okay, call them the Hardy Boys then.
What is this? I thought Titus and I had a decent collegial relationship. Oh, doesn't even matter. How can they be my boys when they're not even my friends? And those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like.
Volition. A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it, you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I open them up. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me?
I did, didn't I? And now you've come for me. Pfft, fuck them all the same.
Empathy. That did make her forgive them a little. I do it by asking questions. Honestly, I don't know.
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
Would you say that Laylee was a likable person? Do you have any alibi for when Laylee got shot? You have a gun. Do you like to hang out on rooftops? Did you leave any flowers for Classia on the roof? You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
Empathy. That really comes as a blow to her. No, he didn't. I found it on my own. Yeah, I made him talk. Lie? That's the... Sure.
Yeah, that figures. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Composure. She's more upset than she lets on. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc. Move on.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
As she turns the knob down just a millimeter. Pain threshold. There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now. But you're threatening us with it. I wish I could use my gun right now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
She responds, holding your gaze. Half-light. There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you. You think that Laylee was likable?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work. Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
Empathy. She didn't hate him, okay?
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Laylee was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. They did say you left to take a really long leak, 15 minutes. There was half an hour missing. You went out.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Hold on. No one takes a 15-minute leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
Our investigation, wince from the pain, shows us that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much? Look, there's a secret way from the first floor of the Whirling to the roof.
Don't know it, but also...
She frowns, studying your face. Reaction speed, evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
The pain stops him from finishing the sentence. Suggestion. That didn't go super well. You gotta lay something better on her. You have a gun.
And?
Where did you get it? I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere? Where'd you get it?
The gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Really? Trigger? That doesn't sound like the name of a real store.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I see it's a front loader.
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
Hand-eye coordination. This is such a wipeout. I can't quite tell. What kind of gun is it?
A knocked away 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles?
No, they're not practical. Break too often.
Half-light. A doubt creeps over you. She sounds so sure of everything, so not guilty. Wince. There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
Yeah, evidence.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof? So, what's so great about her antenna? So you're sure you didn't shoot the Merc from the roof?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Is that the only reason?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
You sure you didn't shoot him?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Did you leave any flowers for Claudia on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Those weren't just flowers, they're symbols of revolution. Push through the pain. But Claudia was mourning.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
Okay, so you didn't leave the Maybills.
No, I did not.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
Suggestion more. More questions before doing anything. Half-light. Damn it, destroy the thing already. Let's see. Well, I could just destroy him, but... let's see. More questions. Who killed the Merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Sight. These rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claudia's room, lying on his side. He was still warm. but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
Half-light. Calasia didn't want to turn the lamp on. She was afraid of another shot. What about Sunday night? Tell me your version. As she eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
He struggles to finish his sentence.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Wait, did you also seem... did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Electrochemistry. This woman has seen people OD. Klasia wasn't quite there yet, so why worry? Klasia said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
How did you manage to come up with a plan so quickly? It's pretty weird that you came up with this plan right on the spot.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Half-light. She looked shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed? Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
Volition. Klasia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise. Showerhead, resourceful. That's bad that she'd be so calm. I don't believe you.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Laylee herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
The lieutenant forces himself to finish the sentence.
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going... fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Physical instrument. Her grip on the gun is tight, her arms toned, her posture solid. Martinez lost a valuable defender. If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
Reaction speed. So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop. Half-light. That strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Hearing, fucking hell, and why me? You hear through the white noise. Pain threshold. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded. Who's everyone? How did you know this? Bullshit, you're trying to wince grotesquely. Throw me off. No one says that.
Oh yes they do. The cops? The criminals? Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
Fuck yeah, I'm a La Puta Madre agent. You better let me go. La Puta Madre? I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
No, that was a real question. I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to know all about this, but I've lost my memory recently. Yes, of course. Are you scared yet?
Yeah, sure.
Drama. She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
Shivers. A man in a white suit walks through a garden, coaxed from the soil that had once been covered in asphalt. A city block closed off from the rest of the city by dark buildings. Rows and rows of poppies, most of which have lost their pink bloom, flank his steps. The man looks around, then up at the sky, sighs. Taking out a knife, he crouches at the end of one of the flower beds. He scores a seed pod very gently. Milky sap begins to ooze out. The pain comes over you again. What did you do to this, Madre, anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have hairy can opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
Suggestion. She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Let's see. Do you know about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
The communist hideout back there.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Her voice trails off into white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. A bunch of numbers, blah. Savoir-faire, keep calm, breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer. Let's see. I can't take this anymore, just go, don't attempt to destroy the compressor, or pain threshold 97%, destroy the machine. +1, nudged it during drugs talk. +1, momentary window of clarity. Pain threshold. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but you're under arrest. See them fireworks, Kim? Glance back. Whisper over your shoulder. You okay, Kim? See them fireworks, Kim? She looks at the machine. Assessing the damage, her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
She puts the barrel of the gun into her mouth. What are you doing?
Problem solving.
She mutters.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
Oh, no. And rhetoric, 8%. Convince her to put the gun down. -1, said Tommy betrayed her. Oh, boy. No. Rhetoric, failed. You should know the words to say, but you've been here yourself, so why is it not coming to you? Why am I standing here like an idiot? Because you've been going around and pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now. But she doesn't deserve to die like this. I was drunk. I didn't mean it. I can't stop her. A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there, mute, and she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair. Oh God. What did we just do? She killed herself. I failed to talk her down. It's our fault. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Conclude. Okay. Compose yourself. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
There, I got the notched way A80 pepperbox pistol. Equipped this when times are most dire. This double-barrel pistol is a compact, no-nonsense design. More durable than precise. The walnut panel grip is stretched up, bearing the sheen of long wear in the hands of its previous owner. Did I get any bullets? No, that's it. I have my 2 from earlier. I think I saved her in my last playthrough, but not this time. Cooking utensils, she's prepared herself porridge with bananas. Can I eat it? She's not gonna eat it. $8, wow. Some drugs. The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. Savoir-faire. It was pitched by practiced hands. She was used to camping out. Look inside. You see a rolled-up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Okay, let's carry her over here. I thought it was 2 when she said it was a double barrel, but I guess it's a double barrel pistol. The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in a sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and a half-read magazine. Logic, magazines. You should look through them. Shine your flashlight on the books and magazines. In assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one of the covers. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
The lieutenant peeks in over your shoulder. Sift through the magazines. I think that's a way to get a pistol in the event that you didn't get your gun off of the pigs. But I think it's less accurate than the Harry's regular pistol. Instigator's Tent. Riga Monthly. Journal of Material Science. More Technology Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook. A notebook. Take it. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. Inland Empire. She watches by, motionless.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
I just leave and don't read it. And see Ruby's journal. A well-loved journal with a brown leather cover and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler. A thick journal. The cover is worn, like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. Examine the cover. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Empathy. This was important to her, when it was still hers. Unwind the strap. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of the ruled pages have been filled. Study the handwriting. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Interfacing, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. Flip through the pages. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
What kind of logistics? Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Volition. Professionalism is his coping mechanism. What are the diagrams of? Esoteric radio technology. The most recent one probably pertained to the latitude compressor. Sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Anything personal? Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There were a few passages with many questions in them. How far back do the entries go? The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. What did she write the day Laylee died? Nothing. On March 4th, March 5th, through, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this, loyal to a fault, except... But that's another matter entirely. Logic. You have no idea what she means. There are personal notes. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it. Anything about La Puta Madre? The name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. No mention of La Puta Madre.
What about this M? Could this be La Puta Madre? Here, March 9th and March 15th.
Read the entry from March 9th first. Great. M's peony is coming to town. No doubt to investigate the lynching, but also, you feel it, I feel it in my gut. To finally put a bullet in my head. While I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break, well, I won't stick around just to twist my neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Reaction speed. The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Inland Empire. Things played out just as she had feared, except you didn't shoot her. Half-Light. It's in you to do something like this. Kill her. Physically, at least. You could pull the trigger if you had to. No, I couldn't. What a coincidence. I'm okay with the idea. Inland Empire. That's a good pragmatic approach. Read the entry from March 12th. I've been holed up in here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe The best in people. The boys, for example, but experience tells me... did him feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people. They'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly. What's the most recent entry? The most recent entry is from today. It reads... Was task complete? Look for Ruby on the coast. Even when I lived here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime. Even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run? Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed.
Esprit de corps. This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks. Volition, don't get emotional. So she died for nothing. She killed the merc, then turned the gun on herself. Case closed. It's so tidy. Okay, what do you mean framed?
By the Hardy Boys? By Classier? By us?
Kim, I'm really a La Puta Madre agent. Am I really a La Puta Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
Volition. His trust is well placed. You aren't, and can feel it. Then who do you think killed the merc?
Could have been Titus. Then again...
But no one heard the shot.
Maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to meet, who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Half-Light. Something tells you you should be extra careful from now on. And so you got a level, let's see. Sure. Hey, anything else in here? Dark water trails into the distance. There's no way out.
Rattan! Now is the time!
Time for what?
Oh, you will see.
It feels like the tie is rubbing itself against your chest, like a cat in heat.
First the spirits! The blue medicinal spirits! Grab the bottle and uncork it! It is time to unleash the other world!
Wait. Right now? A woman just died, and you think now is a good time to party? Slowly uncork the blue medicinal bottle. You know what? I'm done with this, crazy talking necktie bullshit.
Rattan! Life and death are inseparable! There's a party when you're born, a party every year to celebrate that birth, and a party when you're put in the ground!
Electrochemistry, yeah. What's the problem here?
Why shouldn't there be a party when you die? And besides, this isn't even about that! You have no idea what this is about! This is gonna be so off the hook, it's gonna be off all hooks!
Slowly uncork the blue medicinal spirit. The bottle opens with a silent, mysterious hiss. The fumes rise from its mouth as crisp as the northern winds. Shivers howling somewhere, lashing the boardwalk. With brine and rain, an ancient warmth crawls under your skin.
No, Bratan! Take me off!
What? I don't, I didn't know I could do that.
Bratan! Have I ever lied to you? Just take me off!
Take off the necktie. Your fingers manage to undo the oily knot and the necktie slides off. It looks so frail sitting there in your hand, weighing almost nothing. Now what?
Now, put me in the bottle!
But why? I put the necktie in the bottle. Begone, foul necktie. Finally, I rid myself of you. End it through the necktie as far as you can. No, what?
Trust me! Just trust me! You and I are gonna have so much fun it should be illegal!
I suspect that it might be.
Just put me in the bottle, Bratan! I'm not gonna let you down! You and I are like the same person!
Put the necktie in the bottle. As the necktie slides into the purifying liquid, large stains of grease rise off it and float to the surface. There they quickly dissolve and disappear completely. Cleaned by the blue's fire spirit fire of 98.7% pure alcohol, the fabric looks almost new again. No longer like a disgusting worm of the lower intestines, but like a colorful and deadly poisonous reef snake of the Insulindian Ocean. So what next? The necktie floats in the bluish liquid with almost unearthly grace. Necktie? There is silence. Cork the bottle and put it away. Gained spirit bomb. The lieutenant has been observing you quietly all this time. Empathy. He's struggling to keep silent, but finally seems to give up.
I've got to ask, what are you doing?
He says, a peculiar look in his eye. I don't really know, but I'm eager to find out. In my family, when someone dies, you put a piece of clothing in a bottle as a sign of eternal respect. Okay, Kim, I didn't want to tell anyone, but my necktie has been talking to me lately.
Of course it has.
He doesn't even look too surprised. It started when I woke up in the whirling in rags. It's been talking to me ever since. Forget it. You're not open-minded enough to understand anyway.
And what has the necktie been telling you, if I may ask?
It mostly urges me to party harder. It teaches me about life, Kim. Sort of a father figure. We're buds, mostly just goofing around. Signs of some really hardcore mental illness, Kim, point to your head.
Wonderful. Very useful. Okay, so why did you put it in the bottle?
Why not, Lieutenant? Because it told me to. I simply don't know.
Right, okay. Anyway, I'm glad you told me your necktie has been speaking to you. That must not have been easy.
For a second, it looks like he's about to add something. Esprit de corps. We're all under stress. This is turning into a great big mess. I'm not judging. Just keep it together.
Let's go.
But then he turns away, his gaze fixed on the road ahead. He concludes. I think I can't fast travel anymore. I have to actually walk all the way back over there. Because now is the culmination of everything. Oh, let's see. The Spirit Bomb. Equip this when times are most dire. Your spirit, a guide to the party scene. The horrific necktie is floating serenely in the blue medicinal spirit. As it is still 98.7% alcohol, this necktie cocktail is extremely flammable and should be kept far away from an open flame. See, I think I remember talking to Joyce last time, but I don't know if that was just part of what I had to do in my own quest line, or if there's something she has to say about it. Let's find out.
You're back. Good. What can...
No, she doesn't. Okay. I guess that was just, during my last playthrough, that's the last thing I did before the end. Well, not the end, but the... the big event. Inland Empire. Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. You are prepared. Don't put away your friend, your weapon. It is glowing under your hand, ready to serve. Composure. The oily tail end of your necktie-turned fuse glistens in the cool spring light. Kim, there's danger up ahead.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
He cups his ears. I'm ready to do this. Good. Be ready to take damage. Here, what do we want to do here? Let's see. 2 psyche. Motor. Let's snort some speed. Why not? Hell yeah. Let's go. And then, quit my gun. There, my gun and my Molotov. Hand-eye coordination. Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wood handle almost fusing to your palm. I think my hand recognizes it. It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping that you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. This gun, Sunrise Parabellum, will be the only thing standing between you and the all-consuming nothingness that threatens to eat the world. Sheath it and wait, Harold. It won't be long now. Alright, let's see. Return, yeah. Alright. Let's do this.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
Sight. This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach out for the butt of his sidearm. Electrochemistry. There's something very wrong with him. He's dangerous. Shh. The lieutenant raises his left hand.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
There. I'm not gonna save scum this. Whatever outcome I get from this, I'll just roll with it. Authority. He was facing other overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
It sounds like the armored figure is weeping. Hearing. A nest in your abdominal cavity, like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant points to the helmeted figure. Hand-eye coordination. This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armored. We're out of time. This is... What do we do? Whisper, the big one is the mercenary at the gates, the scab leader. Stop, this is the police. Get between them. Whisper, let's walk away for now.
The mercenary tribunal.
Yep, the lieutenant nods. What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
He puts his hand on his holster. The big one is the mercenary at the gates.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
He nods. Stop. This is the police. Get between them.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backward.
Pig fuck!
Is the only word you can make out. I can see you're drunk. One wrong move and I'm taking you out. Easy now, no one needs to die here today. Say nothing, cross your arms.
Ah yeah! Welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the blue medicinal spirit in your hand seems to have a pulsating glow. It feels enticing somehow.
All right, end game. Light me on fire and throw me in his face.
Physical instrument. If you waste time, people will die. Suggestion. No. We can do this. Drag it out a little. Get under his skin. Composure. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours? I'm barely keeping your hand from trembling here. Half-Light. Whatever you do, stop wasting your time thinking about it. Who is that? Point to the man. I didn't know you had a third guy. Listen, they didn't do it. You're all drunk, look at yourselves. The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this. Rhetoric 28%. Think of an argument. +1. Know about Downwell? Or suggestion. 72%. Talk about the Hanged Man. +1. Name is Ellis Courtenier. +1. He was fostered. +1. Had blue eyes. Where is Classia? She can explain this. Hand-eye coordination. 92%. Light the spirit bomb and launch it at him. Stand there quietly, hope nothing bad happens. No, we're going with this one. Hand-eye coordination. With a crash of shattering glass and a terrible roar of the fire, draws in oxygen. The bomb hits the mercenary in the chest, swallowing him in flames as he staggers backwards. Beautiful necktie. In the fiery inferno, you see your tie, coiling around the man's neck. It is no longer horrific, but beautiful and pure.
I only ever wanted you to have fun, Harry.
It calls out to you one last time. Wait, I didn't even know your name. What's going on with that guy? Goodbye, necktie. Wait.
My name, should you know it, is Jobson AS Men's Fashion Model, Colorful Tie, Catalog number J327.
I know so little about you. How did we meet?
One day a sad man walked into a clothing store. He looked really darn like he hadn't had fun in years. He needed someone to show him how to rock and roll again. Jobson AS Catalog number J327 shone on the tie rack, trying to get his attention. The sad man picked it up and put it on. He looked at himself in the mirror, didn't smile.
This is gonna be fun. I'm young again. Nothing will ever heal me, but at least I'll have a funny tie.
And from that moment on, we rode together. The rest of your clothes were still normal back then, but we took care of that soon enough.
Composure. Normal police officer clothes just don't go well with the multi-patterned disco tie made of 98.7% pure flammable polyester. Did we have any fun?
Truthfully, not a lot. I did everything a multi-pattern necktie can do to help a man. I mean, I tried to get you to do all the fun things. Drink beer, drink wine, drink cider. Go to parties with young people around and drink beer and cider. Do drugs too, so you don't fall asleep. You had some fun, but not enough to heal you.
What's wrong with me?
Your heart is broken, Bratushka, and it cannot be mended. Believe me, I've tried.
Am I going to stay like this forever?
No, you're going to be mowed down by gunfire from the 2 remaining mugs. So no, not forever.
Who broke my heart?
You both did, Bratan. Deep down, you know it was both of you.
Pain threshold. No. It was her mostly. Don't lie to him, necktie. What's going on with that guy? This guy? Well, his face has cracked open into a scream of terror. It looks like he's performing some sort of a shamanistic dance that requires you to be on fire.
Yeah, his body contorts in a very disturbing manner. There's no mincing words with this one. He's dying a horrible, painful death as you're talking to your tie in your head.
Smell. It smells like a steak on the grill, the burning flesh in your nostrils. May he find peace in death. He got what was coming for him.
Eventually we all do, Harry.
Goodbye, necktie.
See you on the other side.
The necktie disintegrates into molten heat. Its last remaining embers letting out a pop and a crack that sounds like...
Harry, for God's sake! Watch out!
To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. Kim, where's Kim? Blink, think, reaction speed, 83%. Dodge the shot. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off of your coat. Feels like the lightest of trucks. Oh, Tux. Joy, I am alive! I cannot be killed. I have become immortal. Shout, stop shooting at me! I've become immortal? The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke for the next shot. Sight. Watch out! To your left, DePaul is about to take a shot too at Kim.
God, please.
The lieutenant says quietly, without trembling. He aims, face pale. Then, 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you. Kim, did he hit the rifleman? Blood gushes from the helmet's eye socket as Rudd staggers back, disoriented. The sound coming from his helmet was not human. Hand-eye coordination. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant, who screamed. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of him like red geysers. Inland Empire. Oh God, watch out! You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you, through the burning meat and flames. His face boiling off the man, raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger. Look the burning man in the eyes. The look of vengeance, framed by melting skin. This is the last thing he will do on Earth, but he will do it. He will end you. Half-light. Here it comes. Death. Reaction speed 3%. Evade the shot. Let it happen. Reaction speed. You can't. There's no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes, your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. Listen, through the darkness and pain. The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Touch your lower body. Warm blood pools underneath you. It's sticky, and there's so much of it. Volition. Don't go into shock. Hold on. What parts of me are missing? Reaction speed. Most of what's down there. Oh god, I don't care, fuck me. You can also feel bone where the bullet went in. Something very sharp, like broken teeth under your fingernails. Let's see. Try to open your eyes. What do I see? Sight. Nothing. Persisting darkness, dancing lights of pain, distant shadows cast by them like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. No one wants to do anything with me. No one wants to party with me. The wolf is at the door, Kim. He will eat the sun. Kim, I lied about not remembering who I am. I made it up. I remember everything. There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there.
Yes, keep talking. Stay awake. Look at me.
The lieutenant pushes down on your wound hard. But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyes grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. The cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He pushes down. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. Reaction speed. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. Just let the darkness take you. Authority 72%. No, Kim. +1. The lieutenant trusts you. Shoot. Dead. You hear your bloody lips mumble. You try to give him your gun, so he'd understand, but he does not. He does not look into your eyes and sees the fear there. He just shakes his head, still crouched over you. You hear a distant gunshot, velvety smooth. A red circle has appeared on the lieutenant's jacket. It's growing fast. Like a pillow, he falls on you, cold nylon and blood slumped on you. As the lights go out, all the lights, the last thing you hear is the sound of his spectacles landing on the pavement next to you. Fall into total darkness. The ancient reptilian brain. This is death. One more door, baby. One more door. Will I be a ghost now? Good. I want to die. No, let me back into the fight. Let me save Kim. Kim? There is no Kim. There is no fight. It's over. It was. Inland Empire. Have mercy on yourself. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up inside. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep. And rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wound sleep. Volition. He can't go. Not before the case is solved. Hearing. There is a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world. Endurance. You're thirsty. Reach for the glass of water by the bed. The world is still there. Sleep some more. Hours turn to days. Soon, we will get up again and go through it. Again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He was the infernal machine. He never stops. He only gets worse. Kuno. You see Kuno's familiar shape in the found pants. It turns double, then triple, from the pain, he says.
Coinslot's dead?
What? What? No. Say nothing.
Just kidding, Pigo. The boo-boo wagon took the Beano clad away. He's probably gonna live.
The what? Where did they take him?
To the hospital, fucktard. Should I to keep up with Kuno?
He glares at you with something akin to respect. Volition, thank God, okay. He's alive.
They say you burned half the city down. Thousands dead. That's very cool to Kuno. I thought I'd stick around.
Go away, Kuno. Let me die in peace. Be straight with me. I need to get my bearings.
Sure, Kuno's gonna help you with that. Kuno's in a given mood right now.
You said thousands were dead?
Yeah, it was a fucking massacre. You and Kuno are the only ones left here.
Volition, relax. The kid is just messing with you. You didn't actually get thousands of people killed. What happened to me?
You tore some shit up there, pig. Got shot too.
How badly am I hurt? Oh, Kuno is looking at you like a tamed wolf would look at his master.
How would Kuno
like an
know?
equal.
Kuno's not a fucking doctor.
So if you were nice to Kuno earlier in the game and Kim gets shot, Kuno will become your new partner. Otherwise, you have to do this alone. He looks at you like you're an idiot.
Pretty fucking bad, Kuno thinks. But you're one lucky pig. The doc took the bullet out and said you'll live.
Or if you're lucky, Kim will not get shot and he will continue to be your partner, but that didn't happen, so... can I walk?
Are your legs attached to Kuno? Can the Kuno move your legs? The fuck should I know?
Endurance. With considerable pain and a stitch tearing every now and then, you should be able to do it. Has anyone from my station been to see me?
You keep asking all this weird shit from Kuno that the Kuno has no way of knowing about.
Do you know who treated me, Kuno?
Kuno did?
Thanks, Kuno. You're a lifesaver. You said that there was a doctor who removed the bullet from my leg. Come on, man. Who really did it?
Some doctor your pig friend sent over. Nick's fuckleeb, I think. Total cunt. Came in here and knife fucked you when you were sleeping. Then fucked off and told me to phone him if you shit yourself.
I've never played with the Kuno route before, so I don't know what the hell he's gonna say. Let's see. Esprit de Corps, Nick's Gauntlet. Station Medic. Throws a bag container containing a small bullet into a medical waste disposer. Then he pops some caramel candy into his mouth and says, "Next, there's a line behind his door." Electrochemistry. We're detecting duramine in your bloodstream. It's a potent morphine-based painkiller. The good doctor must have given you some. It's gonna suck when it wears off. Are you hurt?
Why, in the name of fuck, would Kuno be hurt?
The kid rolls his eyes at you.
Kuno's fucking smart. Kuno wasn't in that fuck pile. Kuno knows when shit goes south, unlike you.
Get up, slowly.
Go easy, pig. You want to lean on the Kuno or something?
Pain threshold. You can take it, just don't lean on the old leg too heavily. Savoir faire. Your balance is way off. You feel like you're about to fall over.
So, how is it?
Ah, my disco days are done. I feel fantastic. Let's rock. Who cares? Who cares about me? It doesn't matter. I'm very bad, Kuno. Things are very bad. Disco days are over.
Yeah, you got lucky there, pig. Maybe now Kuno can show you what real, brutal, hard music is.
Sight. Still, you see something akin to respect in his eyes. Pain threshold. Yeah, that kid's taken a beating or 10 from his dad. He has regard for a man who can walk after taking some damage. What happened in my room?
Baby Beard was in here. Was probably a bitch to clean this shit up.
You mean Gart?
Yeah, fucking Baby Beard. Cleans all your shit up. He's like your fucking mum now or something.
How long was I out?
2 days? Kuno's been out longer sleeping off the speed train. 2 days is nothing. 2 days is nothing to the Kuno.
What happened to the others?
Some of those Union goons got fucked. Now the whole harbour is in lockdown. Even Kuno can't get in there.
Do you know if Classia, the blonde next door, is alright?
She's gone, pig. Kuno saw her take off before you started all that violent shit. Had a suitcase and shit.
She escaped?
What? You don't believe the Kuno? You don't believe the Kuno knows this shit? Fuck you. Kuno keeps tabs. Bitch is out of town.
Volition. Who would have thought? Perhaps, you should have arrested her. Do you know if, Joyce, the company lady with the boat, is alright?
Rich bitch? Yeah, probably. Boat's gone. Kuno'd be fucking fine too if Kuno had a boat.
Is Titus alright?
The big fuckhole. Yeah, he's drinking downstairs. Kuno's not into that.
I think in my last playthrough, he died. So, I don't know if you can... I guess I can talk to him. I don't know what he's gonna say. Let's see. The whole harbor is in lockdown.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. No one goes in or out. Shit's paranoid now.
Okay, thanks for telling me, Kuno.
No problem. Kuno shares the info.
What do you think I should do now, Kuno?
The fuck you asking Kuno for? How would Kuno know? Kuno's fucking 12.
You don't know? But I don't know either. Relax, Kuno. I know what to do.
Oh, really? You can't get to that fat fuck Everard anymore, because the harbour's locked down. Half the hardy bitches are dead, and your company bitch sailed off.
Reaction speed. He's really been keeping tabs on you. The Hardys, even the company rep.
Kuno thinks you're fucked, but I can help you. What you got? Bounce that shit off Kuno.
Reaction speed. Again, something in him is shifting, changing. Esprit de corps. Let's do this tango, Pig, he thinks. Detective Pig and Detective Coon. On the case. We bouncin'. Composure. Coon and Pig? And you're picking him up on your cop frequency too. This is bad. The fucking Maybells, Kuno. The flowers. There was a hole in Classia's wall. Someone was checking her out, peeping. There was some footprints and dust in Classia's. There was a 28% possibility the shot came from a distance. The miracle hasn't happened yet. It's not over yet.
Yeah, what? What bells?
Yank it out and show him the dried flowers while it falls to pieces. This flower, Kuno?
Fuck, Pig. Kuno doesn't know about this flower shit. Kuno's not feeling it.
There was a hole in Classia's wall.
Huh? That could have been there for years. Kuno thinks it's a dead end.
Yeah, it probably is. The fuck, Kuno?
Walls are full of holes in here, pig. Even Kuno knows that.
There were some footprints in dust in the room.
There are fucking footprints everywhere, pig. Pigs are too into this footprint shit. Kuno just saw footprints outside on the sidewalk.
There's a 28% possibility the victim was shot from a distance.
That sounds real to Kuno. Forensic shit. True crime shit. Let's check out some crime scenes and assess shit. Pig style. Anything else?
Suggestion. He's genuinely impressed, but that's mostly due with the low scientific that percentage sounded. The miracle hasn't happened yet.
Miracle? Shit. What is this weak shit? You gotta watch your own back. Miracles don't fucking happen in matinees. Get real.
Thanks for your help, Kuno.
Shit ain't nothing to Kuno. What now?
I don't know, but I won't give up, Kuno. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Time to start drinking. Say nothing.
Will Pig, you ready to walk, Will Pig?
I'm ready, Kuno.
So, listen, Pig. Kuno's been thinking about shit and, Kuno's coming with you. Help you wrap this shit up, final style.
What style was that? Why? Do you want to come with me?
Final style. You fucked everything up. Now Kuno's all you got. Terminal Kuno.
Terminal Kuno?
This scene is dead. Kuno's out of here. Might as well be a pig. Big up fucky fingers on me way out.
He gestures towards the window. Endurance. Say what you will, but this kid's hard shit. He might actually make a good cop one day. Electrochemistry. Drug asset detected. Hand-eye coordination. A kid would make a half-decent sharpshooter too. No, pain threshold. Look at him. Life hasn't been easy on him. You want to drag him along and put him through more shit. Your shit. Authority. Trying to recruit him is like trying to make a pet out of fire. This kid recognizes only one authority, his own. Volition. This is a 12-year-old kid. You can't seriously be considering taking him along. What's gonna happen to him? Alright, saddle up, except the Kuno. Sorry, Kuno, I can't take you with me. Refuse the Kuno. Now let's go, Kuno.
Accepted the Kuno like a motherfucker. What are we gonna do now?
And now, as to what's going to happen next.
Yeah, debrief Kuno. Let Kuno know the plan.
The kid rubs his hands together. Shivers. A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The deluminarium box around you vibrates impeccably. Imperceptibly, a familiar cold, a red thread on the roof upstairs, taut, plucked like a string by the gust. We should check Classia's room. I don't know, let's just aimlessly wander until the clue presents itself.
Bitch next door. That's what Kuno's thinking too. Good call. Let's rock it, Pigman.
The bed still smells of your sweat and blood. A newly placed glass shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside, back in the world again. Look, the door is open. You can walk right into Kim's room. You see gleaming white enamel, no bottles inside. The Stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. Let's see, I can put, let's see. We got +1 shivers, +2 drama. Oh, this one, inland input. Yeah, I'll do that. Here we go. The alarm is set for 6:50. Half-finished paperwork. These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half-finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases. Look, Kuno, Lieutenant Kitsuragi's notes.
The child. Dom's unfinished. Dom's unfinished too. The man with the hole in his head. Oh, boring ass shit.
He concludes.
Motorcycle emptiness. That's a cool case. Kuno can solve that shit for the Beano.
Don't call him a Beano. Yeah, Kim is such a binoclard. Call Kim. Now that Kim's gone, I'm just gonna call him a nerd now. No. No.
It's cool for Kuno to rip on the Clad, but he took a bullet for you. You're gonna shitmouth Kuno too if he falls in battle.
Oh, I dropped my coffee. Fuck. Man, hold on. Wait a moment. There, I just cleaned it up with a towel. I'll deal with that. It's fine. Alright. Let's see. It's just a good-humored banter among friends. I call it like I see it, Kuno. You're right, I shouldn't call him that.
For you, maybe. But take it from the cunt. Beanos don't always get that. They get their feelings hurt. Kuno doesn't want this for your pal. He's alright in Kuno's book.
What's he written on this case? Very little. This is a daily write-up. He's just started, copying notes from his notebook, preparing them for filing. The case appears to be named, however. What's the name? Bunch of numbers. The Furies are at home in the mirror. Esprit de Corps. 28 kilometers to the northeast. The infirmary in Precinct 57. Lieutenant Kim Pinball Kitsuragi rests under a heart monitor. A triage sign colored yellow hangs from his injury record. Safe, it means. He coughs, propped up against the pillow. "Why are you here?" asked the man. As the coughing fit recedes, his eyes are black and moist. "To inquire about the Lieutenant Euphrater, sir. I am his partner," says Satellite Officer Jean Vicomar, standing in the doorway. "Then why are you wasting time here?" Coughs Kim. "He's out there, in Martinez. Unsupervised, without cover. You need to get there." His cough gets the best of him. He grabs a glass. On his right-hand side, a little blue notebook. Open at case notes. Conceptualization. He went with the Furies. Perhaps the internal strife it implies was not so off after all, or perhaps to honor your wishes, or for some other reason. Hard to say. What about the other cases? What do we have here? This year, you can see references to The Child, Dom's Unfinished 2, Motorcycle, Emptiness, and The Man with the Hole in His Head. Anything more? Half a dozen stolen property cases titled Crossword Puzzles 2 through 2000. Close the notes. Oh, I can't go that way. Ouch, that leg hurts. Maybe if I don't run, I'll be okay. Looks like she's left something on the table. Classia's note. Next to a stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift, huh? That's fucking suspicious to Kuno.
What could this gift be?
A trap, probably. But don't sweat it. You got the Kuno spot on you. Let's go in.
Half-Light. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Volition, relax. Not everyone is out to trap you. Seems like she left in a hurry.
Yeah. Fugitive on the run shit. Kuno's seen this shit before.
There we go. I'll keep going till I get to the island, because I know that whole end of the game section takes about 3 hours. I looked at my old playthrough to see how long it was. Let's see. A red thread made of nylon. It leads it reads out of the room onto the roof. No, select it. No. There, so this thing again? Let's see. Yeah, you see the same two neon-lit shapes. A man and a woman, and now a thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
Oh! Kuno knows this shit. Ballistic shit. Science radio shit. Shows where the shot came from.
A ray of backward motions explodes from his mouth to the roof outside. A prime to then widen into the radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. Where does the thread lead? It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of the possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, a B triple prime. The island in the bay. Is Clausia trying to tell us the shot came from the islet?
Pig? You're really fucking onto something there.
There are ruins on the islet. A sunken sea fort. I saw it in the coin-operated viewer.
Yeah, Kuno's seen that shit. Crazy shit. Ain't nothing to Kuno, but lots of places to hide there.
How did she know how to do this?
Kuno's got no fucking clue. You need to pig this shit, cop style.
This is also a location we have yet to rule out.
Cool shit. Sub-Zero shit. Kuno's listening. You got his attention. So what's next?
Looks like we need to go to the island. The wind blows in from the open window. The boy squints, looking into the cold distance across the water. Half-Light. He senses danger, possibly a trap. You shouldn't ignore this. The kid's got serious street smarts. Sight. There, across the gray water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree. The ruins of a flak tower. Remember? They're not afraid. You're not afraid, are you? I remember an anti-aircraft gun. The ruins on one of the island. Let's see.
The island? Kuno ain't afraid of fucking anything, pig.
I remember an anti-aircraft gun.
Totally what a sniper would use. Aircraft gun.
Kuno, let's go to the island.
Yeah, why fucking not? Just one question though. How are you gonna get to the island? Kuno has his ways, but that ain't for your fat old ass.
Maybe someone in the fishing village can help.
There's this lady in the village. She... yeah, there are boats there. You go, do shit there. You'll get one on the coast.
Let's see, anything out here? Oh, it's just... The thread is tied to the antenna. Oh, actually, does Kuno have anything else to say?
Talk to Kuno.
Oh, yeah. I've had these weird shakes recently, and something like vision sound familiar?
Totally, pig. Kuno's in the same shit every time he's coming off speed. You need to medicate that shit.
His tone gets parental. No, it's more than that. It's like the city is speaking to me.
Kuno's not into that hallucinogenic shit. That's for pussies.
No, I don't think it's actually drug-related.
If you want to take a real blast, though, go down the coast to the old church where the speed freaks hang. Tell them Kuno sent you. They'll know what it means.
Kuno, I have a couple of questions about Martinez.
Shoot. Kuno knows this shit all better than anyone.
What are your thoughts on the strike?
Well, you know, pig, shit's fucked. And, like, Kuno's got no time for this small-time shit. Kuno's got enterprises to run.
So whose side are you on?
Whose side's Kuno on? Kuno's on fucking Kuno's side, pig. This is beneath the Kuno. Don't talk to me about this playground bullshit. You're getting shit in Kuno's head.
What's going on with the traffic jam?
What do you mean, what's going on? This is good shit. You wouldn't believe the crap Kuno's getting from the trucks.
What have you got in there?
Oh, pig. Kuno's done with that shit. Kuno's a pig now, living the pig life. That Reaver shit's behind him.
Whose statue is on the roundabout?
It's Kuno's.
He says without pause or hesitation. I'm pretty sure it's of Philip III, the Squanderer, of the Philippian kings of Revachol. Okay, cool. What do you know about the village southwest, across the canal?
Kuno used to hang there sometimes. It's a real shithole. Everyone is old, or fucking drunk, or dead. Except...
Except what?
Except nothing. That shit is behind Kuno. Keep your nose out of it.
Anything you can tell me about the boardwalk, with the ruins and the fish market?
Cool place. Lots of shit to do there.
You ever been inside the ruined building?
Kuno's been everywhere, pig.
Yeah, what's in there?
Kuno ain't spoiling this shit for ya. You gotta climb in there yourself and check it out.
Half-light. Liar, he doesn't have the guts to climb in there. There seems to be a sea fort in the bay. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, pig. Yeah. It's a sea fort for... It's for defense, pig. Don't bore Kuno with this historic shit.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah. Of course Kuno's been there, but that was a long time ago, and I was fucked. Been on the train for fucking days. Can't remember shit.
Thanks, Kuno, but enough about Martinez.
Pig. What now?
Where's Kunis?
Kuno doesn't want to talk about this shit.
There's a moment of thoughtful silence. He almost looks behind him. Composure. That is the look of a man who knows he'll be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life.
That toxic shit's behind Kuno now.
What happened to your art thing?
Locust City. Kuno dropped that art shit because Kuno's fucking poor and has shit for brains. You better not make Kuno fucking cry about his art shit, okay? Change the subject. Kuno doesn't do that shit no more. Fuck that shit. Fuck everything.
Let's move.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
Fucking cleaned it.
He hisses something under his breath. Hearing. What a dick. Dancing around in his maid uniform. Hold up. What was that, Kuno? I did. Thank you. Big improvement. It could have used more work, after all. I just took a bullet for this place. You did. I was too distracted to notice. Kuno forces an unnatural smile. I did, thanks.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that was a crazy move. Crazy effective. Petroleum bomb. Never seen anything like that. I was there until it struck him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
He clears his throat. Suggestion. He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the danger zone, so to say.
I hope at least your partner is recovering quickly. Also, you're staying here for free now. That's right, this establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. Just felt I needed to specify that.
Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a badass.
Suggestion. It really took courage. Don't pick at him. Yeah, I guess you are a badass. If you say it was two different words like that, it sounds like there's something wrong with your ass. Just nod stoically. He nods back at you, even more stoically. Physical instrument. Just two badass men nodding, stoically. Kuno, make that 3. Kuno is nodding too. Hands crossed. Alright,
no
thanks.
problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Goodbye.
Hi again, Gendarme.
Oh, he
Bye-bye,
doesn't have
Gendarme.
anything else to say. Alright, Titus died in my last playthrough. I never had Titus survive, so what does he have to say? Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his beer in welcome.
Careful. Looks like we got a situation here.
He gives you a knowing nod.
Those guys are what Kuno calls the army. They think they're a big deal around here.
Crazy motherfuckers. Didn't think you had that fury in you, but I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. There I was, thinking, where are we gonna find a tin opener large enough for those cans? Then Capo Loco shows up and just sets a man on fire. Impressive shit, Copper. None of us would be breathing right now if it wasn't for... I guess what I'm trying to say here is... thank you.
He pauses, then extends his hand.
Situation diffused.
He declares with undue authority. He's so proud of himself. You're tempted to believe that he just diffused the situation. Physical instrument. Titus's hand is covered in bruises and half plastered. Still, this hulking lump of man is glad to be alive. Shake it. No need to thank me. Just doing my job. Shake it. This was a pillow fight compared to the gloaming that is soon at hand. we shall all perish in the coming cleanse. Shake it. I superstarred the shit out of that. Shake his hand and nod in silence. Don't shake. Look, I need to talk to you. Actually, I just came to say goodbye. Let's see. Shake it.
Well, cheers anyway, Copper.
I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Oh no, and all we did was make fun of Angus the whole game. No. Empathy, here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. Electrochemistry, an honest tactic, and effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Hold on, where's that Shanky fella?
Dennis? That poor little rat is dead too. I always thought he'd run. But no, he stayed. Stupid, brave fella.
Suggestion. He didn't like him. That only makes it worse. They were good people. I'm sorry it went like that. We are born into this world to die, it seems. Maybe there's redemption in that. At least it ends one day. This is getting dark. Let's talk about happy stuff.
Well, yeah. Memento Mori. Right.
Yeah, totally. What does that mean?
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Or you might die of a heart failure. Or syphilis.
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
What's going to happen to the Hardy Boys now?
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
Do you know what happened to Classia?
Don't know. Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Suggestion. Suggestion. Even after all that hell, he still is bitter about her. Titus, after all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you? Same here, man. Okay, got it.
Nope.
Drama. He did. Same here. He shrugs and tries to look uninterested. Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
I'll go pay your partner a visit in the hospital. I hear he got shot up pretty bad.
We don't have time for that grief shit. Kun and Pig are gunning it. We got a case to solve.
Kun? And what the fuck now?
He stares at Kuno, scratching his head.
Easy. Let the kid be. This is a day of mourning, and I don't want it turned into a joke. You chasing the kid around, the kid calling you a fucktard. We don't need that shit.
Right.
The man sips on his milk. Kuno keeps silent too. Esprit de corps. Fuck it. Let them have their day, Kuno thinks. It doesn't have to be a joke. Kuno was just saying, we need to solve this shit. So long, fellows. Be good, so I don't have to come back here again.
You look after yourself now, Copper. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copoloco. Good luck in Jamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, man. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, Copper.
Esprit de corps. And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead. The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, Capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, 'cause the Hardy boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
And I get a trophy, Hardy's Heroes. Pour one out for social democracy.
Kuno's gonna scram now. Can't be seen with pigs. Can't shit on Kuno's good name. So yeah, see you on the C4 island. Try not to get shot or drunk again. Kuno's counting on your ass.
Kuno will rejoin your party later. Oh, okay, I guess he doesn't go to the island. I mean, he goes to the island, but he doesn't, ride the boat with me there. Let's see. One day, I will return to your side. The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. Reaction speed. This was Cindy the Skull. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece. The red-dyed fuel oil glistens. This was painted very recently. I smell heavy fuel oil. And blood. Some of it may even be yours. Looks like a giant mop was used to turn it into lettering. Interfacing. Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? Set the graffito on fire with a lit cigarette. The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rises from the burning message. Inland Empire. What if the words are not directed at the people of Martinez, or even the Coalition aerostatics above the city. They're meant for something above even those. Disco Elysium. You've been policed, Martinez. God, I'm on my way. Say nothing and stare grimly into the flames. Disco Elysium. The flames warm your face, then a gust of cold wind and the fire falters. Shivers. It's time to go to the island. Slowly the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime. Let's see. Anybody else have anything to say? I know that,
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive?
alive and limping. I've been better. It hurts like hell, man.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You heading back to Jamrock now? Talker's local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
Yeah, the case seemed kind of done. Gonna check on a few last things. I'm still looking around, loose threads to tie up. Hey, it wasn't the local union muscle, by the way.
Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
That's all for now, bye. Because I think Renee also died, but he died of like a heart attack or something. It was like unrelated to the unrelated to this. And you can get his a pair of pants from his guard post. But I don't know if I guess I can't get into the heart. Maybe you had to do things in a different order. Let's see. The Bodiero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes. Danger comes with the Boyadero lifestyle, right? Yeah, I got shot, no big deal. Really hurts, manana. Pain. That's what your strike brought upon us.
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife, not bullets. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace, though. You have a true Boyadero heart.
Right, so where is everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being.
You can't help me get inside?
No, man. Not today. Today is war.
What's going to happen next?
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
He gives you a small wink. What will you be doing now?
I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live.
I'm sure you'll do good. Try not to get shot, eh?
You know it, friend.
He smooths his mustache with his hand. So I can't even get into this part. No. Well, I guess I don't get those pants. Oh well. I probably had to do it in like a different order. Oh no, there's nothing to click down here. Oh no. That's usually how I get out of here, because these stairs are kind of glitched out. No, how do I leave? Stop. Oh, there we go. I got it. I'll see what anybody else has to say. Does the Frit girl have anything to say? Hey, I got shot. Isn't that cool? No, nothing. Okay. Okay, I don't need the flashlight. Let's see. My gun? Do I even have bullets? Oh, I did. I didn't. Oh yeah, I didn't fire my gun. I just threw the Molotov. Yeah, let's see. Do the drunks have anything to say? How about you?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I was gonna say I can go around and brag that I got shot, but no, it's like literally, I got shot.
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
My partner got shot too. He's still in the hospital.
What do you expect? Police officers get put into dangerous situations all the time. Sometimes they get shot. It's a rough trade you're in. Still, I'm sorry to hear about your partner. He seemed to be a decent enough sort.
Let's see. Guy was cramping my style. Every superstar goes solo in the end. He was my half-brother. He was alright. I'm sorry, I couldn't warn him in time.
Losing a family member's tough, but we've all lost someone we are close to. Some more than once.
Man, you're like bleeding now. Reality's really messed you up.
Okay, that's all he has to say. Alright, check out the church, and I think that's really it. I don't know who else I could talk to.
Oh, the god of dance is back! Goodbye!
Oh, no, they don't have anything to say either. Alright, let's go to the island. Let's see, where's my speed? There, just to have it in my hand.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
Authority. She sounds almost disappointed with you. Reprimanding you for, falling and hurting your knee. You seem angry, why? I got, shot in the foot. It was pretty badass. You would have liked it. Some people hurt me. I wanted to talk to you about something else. Your boat.
Look at you. You can barely walk.
It's nothing. I got shot in the foot. You would have liked it.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
Reaction speed. You don't only get shot. You didn't only get shot. I dodged the second shot. I can also get not shot. You should have seen the other guys. They're all dead.
Well, good for you.
They're all dead.
So you're a killer. That's good, I guess. I guess.
Better than being dead.
Most cops are killers. I was a killer long before this happened. I'm not a killer, I'm a cop. Scoff in a masculine manner. She just looks at you, her tea-length skirt flapping in the wind. I have another question.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
Oh yeah, she needs to go on a date with another... Okay, I can ask her out on a date before I take the boat. 8%. Nope. That's not... Oh yes, she does. She needs to get your... You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate. Not after 6,000 years of yeast cultivation-based mating rituals. I like you, but I'm afraid to be around you because you're a woman. I want to be close to you, and there's but one way to intimacy. Since the dawn of mankind, Al Ghul has watched over the procreation of our species. Lay with me. Let's celebrate the Ghul.
Now, there's a whole shipment of big words. May mankind be plentiful, I guess. Can I get back to my nets now?
All right there, Knight. You have a good night. I'm about to wrap up here in just a moment as well. Let's see, suggestion, she doesn't even understand you asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right now. Try again later. Alright, let's see. I need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tide just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Can I borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Nod along attentively. What if I want to rock?
See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that?
What's on that island? I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Rhetoric. Hasn't been there herself. Who has been? You said you haven't been there yourself. Who's been there, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to talk to the kids before.
God forbid
you
they
go
bring the
there as
girl
well.
along in some rickety barge.
It's already getting late. I'll just add that to tomorrow's thing. When she gives me the boat. Let's see, is there anything that I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Interfacing. Aye, aye, Captain. Thank you. I'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Okay, there. I'll end it there for tonight. Actually, go to the island and finish the game tomorrow. Finish that whole section. Alrighty, well. Thank you all very much for watching. And have a good night.